people. A lot of us on the second shot did feel some type of way, like the kids say. 7:28 Thursday, November 4th. Let's go into the KUAM News Zoom room. Norm, Analista of Analista and Co. Standing by here. Fashion for a cause.
It's a classy affair.
It is.
I've dressed for the occasion. Good morning, Norm. What's up, brother?
Hey, half a day, Chris, Jace. Well, we're really excited about this program. You know, Catholic Social Services, they manage like 15 different programs for the elderly, the abused, impoverished, homeless, and individuals with disabilities. And of course, they operate a food pantry. And in speaking with Lisa Bordalio from CSS, in 2020, they served like 7,500 families, which totaled about 17,000 individuals. And in October of this year alone, they served, up until October of this year, they served 9,477 families, totaling 27,000 individuals. So if we're looking at this year's numbers compared to last year's numbers, there's definitely been an increase of families being fed through the CSS pantry. And so we felt that this was definitely a worthy program, a very critical program that needed help for this holiday shopping season. Mm-hmm. And, you know, to be very transparent, you know, I feel like this is a win-win-win all across the board. You know, we give consumers the options to shop for different products. Businesses like ANC, like myself, we thrive on the holiday shopping season. So it gives us some fighting chance to survive in this very difficult economic climate. And then, of course, the most important aspect of this program is that we're giving back to a worthy cause like Catholic Social Services.
Absolutely, Norm. And you know, you have always you've made this, you know, not only you know, your company's mission, but also the members of your family. And you said, you know, we are always giving back to the local community. You know, your work with the Filipino community of Guam and your leadership in that organization. And now, you know, you've always said, you know, it's our responsibility to give back and take care of the community that is taking care of us for so many years in very positive ways. So you're using your gift now, and you know, I mean, you know, I've known you for such a long time, going all the way back to UOG, in your in your role at UOG. But you know, you've really made a name for yourself as a clothing person. You know, as someone who really has a pulse on fashion, and you've got such wonderful clothes and everything like that. So how did you come up with this idea of using, you know, your gift and bring this to your commitment and your mission of community service?
Well, Jace, I really look at this as a holistic effort. You know, as individuals, we're all called to different things. You know, we're given different talents and abilities, and I just so happen to have an inkling for fashion, and you know, it's a very competitive industry. So we're always looking at different ways in which we can use fashion to benefit the community. You know, people take on different platforms. Maybe they're pushing more on sustainable fashion or ethical fashion or just different aspects of the industry. And in our particular case here in Guam, I thought that it was much more practical to think about how can we provide some tangible benefits for our island residents. So last year we did our hoodies for a cause, and we raised 1,020 for the Salvation Army Guam Corps Lighthouse Recovery Center. The theme back then was to support programs that brought awareness to mental health. This year, we just wanted to try a different angle, and you know, food is critical. There are people in this island that are going hungry, so we thought that it would be a good fit for with the Catholic Social Services. And generally speaking, Jace, you know, Guam has been, you know, a very generous community. We've benefited. My family, the Filipino community of Guam in general, has benefited from the many blessings that Guam provides. And it's just ingrained in many of us to want to think about how we can give back. And especially with the holiday season, what better time than to think about giving back, right?
Absolutely. Now Norm, I got to tell you, now you're going to give us like a little lesson on fashion and give people like a little sneak peek, if you will, like a tease, you know, from your years in the media, right, of what they can expect. Because I was like, hey, man, my boy Norm's coming on the show. I got to wear my suit. I've got my tie on and everything. I'm wearing like a solid color shirt. Your fashions and everything like that are so amazing because, like you said, you've made a name for yourself with these wonderful hoodies, your designs, your patterns, the textures, the materials you use, and everything like that. I mean, it captures like a lot of the spirit and of who we are as people, and you know, it gives something people of all walks of life, something that makes a statement, that expresses where we're from, you know, who we are and everything. So how could you give me a makeover?
But Jace,
Now you know how
the
tall
first
I am, and like I'm like 98 pounds dripping wet. So you got a lot to work with.
Well, to begin with, it's always about what's appropriate for the occasion, right? So you look very appropriate for where you're at. You're in the news organization, so in that blazer and in that nice, looks like lilac purple
Yep.
shirt, and then your grayish silver necktie, great color combinations. I
And
mean,
then my
I don't know
basketball
this
shorts
best
underneath.
I can- You're doing a great job on your own.
Yeah.
But you
And
know,
Chris has
I
the
think
premium Zoris on too, by the way. He's wearing the expensive Zoris.
as long as they're leather Zoris, right?
There you go.
They're dressed. You know, here in Guam, we're very liberal, I think, and also very casual about how we approach fashion. You know, if I had my way, I would walk around in Zoris and Bahakis. I mean, that's just because I want to be comfortable. But a lot of times, what we have to think about is what's appropriate for the occasion. So, what I wear to the office, what I wear on a night out, what I wear to a major event, you know, those will require all kinds of different apparel. And so that's why, and you touched on this, we try to provide a broad range of product tiers from hoodies to custom made clothes.
Yeah, and we got a bunch of your pictures up on screen right now, so people can get like a sense of like of the style you use, and again, like the tone and the textures and everything. But one thing I've noticed from your social media posts, you've also had a lot of really heavy hitting celebrity endorsements for your stuff and everything. So talk about like some of the well known people who have happily endorsed your products.
Yes, well, in the Philippines, there are several actors and singers that have endorsed my products. I think mainly the Filipino community would know like a Derek Ramsey. He's a matinee idol. Then we have probably more people on Guam would know Montel Jordan. So he's of course from the '90s. This is how we do it.
Absolutely. He was my height too, I believe, or he is my height, I think.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I know what his specific style requirements are. So I mean, a lot of it is knowing what the celebrity wants. T-Boz from TLC, she's sporting my dog hoodie. Yeah, so it's really fun. You know, the thing about it is when I launched my brand, of course, I thought about what I needed to do to have this visibility and credibility. You know, it's a very competitive industry, and as a marketer too by profession, I knew that I had to connect with people with large platforms because that would get the message out and the product out in the fastest way. And so that sort of worked out. But, you know, Jace, at the same time, right, I don't want to give the impression that, okay, in order to wear these clothes, you have to be a celebrity or you have to be a big social media influencer. It's really, you know, that was just a part of the marketing to get the brand out there. But, you know, we welcome all kinds of people who just gravitate to these designs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I get the comment that, man, I don't look like that model. I don't want to wear that. It's not about what comparing yourself to a model. That's a totally different situation. That's how the fashion industry works.
And you really do have that appeal of, you know, you make apparel for, you know, for the everyman. I mean, yeah, like you've got some you know, celebrities who've said, hey, I wear this and because it's really, really cool. But I mean, you also go there and, you know, you've got Analista Co, you know, emblazoned on your chest. You've got the logo somewhere, you know, on a hoodie or something like that. But you're also representing where you come from and your culture. And by doing so with this Fashion for a Cause, you're also saying, I want to make sure that the folks at Catholic Social Services continue their work. And I want to make sure that my neighbors on island, you know, if they are in need, they're going to be well taken care of.
And then I have this jeepney hoodie. You know, the jeepney hoodie, obviously, it's an iconic symbol of the Philippines. And, you know, a lot of my kababayans tend to like that. So, I mean, I feel like I have all kinds of products for everybody.
Can you tell me about the sushi hoodie? That's probably my favorite piece this week. Like, I'm always gravitating towards your stuff, but the sushi hoodie, obviously as a designer, like with the jeepney or, you know, with things that you mentioned, you know, you take what you know, with the rooster, and you kind of like you use that into your designs and everything. Where did the sushi piece come from?
You know, Jace, I just love eating sushi, and you know, there's no intellectual answer around that. I just love eating sushi.
It works for me.
And you know, and the aesthetic of it, though, I find to be really cool. You know, I mean, you look at these little pieces of edible art, and that's what I consider them to be. And you know, you arrange them in a shirt, it takes on a different life, and that's actually one of my most popular designs. The sushi hoodie.
Mm-hmm. Well, for good reason. You like eating sushi. I like eating sushi. I like wearing sushi. So So that's really good. Okay, so so for Fashion with a Cause, how can people get involved? You know, obviously they want to buy your apparel, they want to support you, they want to represent your brand. But if they want to make sure that they can support you to support Catholic services, Catholic social services, I should say. How can they get involved, and where do they need to go?
Okay, well, the thing I need to mention is that for every hoodie that is sold, $15 will go to Catholic Social Services, specifically for the food pantry. For every T-shirt and every custom button-up that is sold, $5 will go towards that program. So I also want to just emphasize that if individuals wanted to give the donation directly to Catholic Social Services, they're welcome to do so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of the day, what we're doing is just trying to provide people with an opportunity to shop and give back to a cause. But at the end of the day, what's most important is the cause that we're raising for. So if they're not interested in the products, then I encourage them to please contact Catholic Social Services directly and make that donation towards their food pantry.
But you know, just go out and buy the sushi hoodie, everybody, because it is like next level awesome and everything, and you get to help our community. So $15, Norm, per hoodie is actually very, very generous. I mean, that's going to raise a lot of money, and that is really going to help Lisa and her team over there.
I hope so.
Yeah, and you know, again, none of this, what I'm hearing from you is all shocking, because I've known you long enough to know that this is your heart, you know, this is your character, and this is who in your family are. But at the same time, it's still incredibly wonderful, like, to see that you continue to do this for our island community. So thank you, and thank Analista and company for what you guys are doing.
Thank you, Chase.
All right, okay. Next time we're gonna have you. I'm not doing, you know, jacket and tie anymore. I'm gonna rock the sushi hoodie. You know, that's a promise.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, man. Have a good one, and thank you once again.
Thanks, Norm. Right on.
Okay,
Norm,
Chris, you
Analista.
get the rooster one. I'm gonna do the sushi.
7:40, quick break, and we're coming back with Senator Jim Moylan next right here on the link. It's Thursday, November 4th. Can we get the info, Jay? Testing, vaccination?
Yes. Okay. Testing once again. Testing is open in 20 minutes, my friends. If you want to go over to